Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I'm going to be talking about how Silverwolf may very well be the Kazuha of Honkai style, and today I'm going to be explaining how, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. To begin, I'd like to give a brief explanation of what Silverwolf does, and then what Kazuha does, and why I personally think Silverwolf is the Kazuha of this game. Silverwolf is a Quantum Nihility debuffer who has a special ability to inflict weaknesses onto enemies. When Silverwolf unleashes her skill, there is a chance of inflicting a weakness onto a target enemy. The weakness type will be the same as at least one of the allies in combat, which, for example, if you have fire characters and quantum characters on your team, then she will either inflict the quantum or fire weakness, depending on if the enemy is already weak to one of them, then she will guarantee inflict either the quantum or fire dependent on what they are already weak to. Her ultimate can also reduce the defense of a single enemy target and deal damage to them, and whenever she attacks, she has a chance of implanting a random bug onto an enemy target, which can reduce their attack, defense, or speed. Due to the fact that she's able to debuff enemies very well and consistently, it results in helping your teammates defeat whatever they may be fighting with a bit more of ease. As for Kazuha, he is an anemo character who uses a sword in Genshin Impact. A lot of you may see Anemo, and if you're not sure what Genshin is, Anemo can kind of be similarly seen to Wind, if you will, just aesthetic wise. Kazuha is able to buff your teammates in numerous ways and can be used on quite a lot of teams, as majority would love to take advantage of the buffs he's able to give to your teammates. Kazuha can also make your rotations in Genshin Impact smoother due to how he can regenerate energy for your teammates due to how his skill kit operates. Kazuha takes full advantage of the reactions that exist in Genshin Impact and makes your teammates stronger depending on what team comps you have and use with him. Now, I do have both of these characters in both of these games, so I'm going to be explaining how my usage was for both of these characters. Through my own usage of Silverwolf so far, she has assisted me in clearing Memory of Chaos far easier and makes Simulated Universe a complete breeze. She's incredible in Memory of Chaos due to the fact she's able to inflict weaknesses onto the enemy of one of your allies, as previously stated through her kit, which my team has been able to take full advantage of, whether it's my Jingyuan team with Bailu, Jingyuan, Tingyun, and Silverwolf, which by the way, this team is very skill point efficient and I highly recommend it, or my duo elemental teams, which can be Zila, Silverwolf, Bailu, or Serval, and so on. I like using Zila, Silverwolf, Bailu, Serval, or team comps similar to that sort, especially if the enemy is already weak to one of the elements on my team, because Silverwolf will then inflict the missing element, which is always useful. Overall though, her utility and versatility is incredible and allows me to have an easier time against tough enemies. Kazuha is able to buff your team's elemental damage, regenerate energy for the team through his skill kit, and enable a decent amount of crowd control with his kit, which hinders the enemy's ability to dominate your teammates, and so on. As for Kazuha's usage, I personally like using teams that consist of either 2 elements or a few elements, and I like using a set, which is the Anemo set in the game, which allows me to debuff the enemies as well with Kazuha's kit. Elemental reactions are incredibly useful in Genshin and can definitely be used very well, especially with Kazuha. I know that Honkai Star Rail does not have elemental reactions, however, the point of me mentioning what Kazuha does is mainly to imply of how great a support he can be for your teammates, especially if you are in modes like Spiral Abyss or something of the sort, then he can definitely be really good there and help your team possibly dominate whatever you are fighting. I feel like Silverwolf can do the same for Memory of Chaos, which is why I thought I'd mention the usage and how I personally think both of these characters are pretty good when it comes to being able to provide a lot of support for your teammates. And while Silverwolf doesn't increase your own damage per se, she reduces the enemy's defenses, speed, attack, and so on to the point your main DPS can take advantage of this heavily and wipe the floor with the enemy. And in a sense, still allows for your own teammates to be stronger without actually needing to buff the teammate up, as if you're continuously debuffing the enemy, your teammates will definitely take advantage of this and be able to consistently dish out more damage against them. Ultimately though, both of these characters are incredibly universal in what they provide, as majority of characters, if not all characters, and teams can take advantage of Silverwolf or Kazuha being on their team, as it enables battles to become easier and you have a bit more control in a sense of the situation against the enemy. By control in regards to Silverwolf, I'm referring to the weakness type implantation, as it allows you to use characters that the enemy is not inherently weak to and debuff the resistances to that attack type alongside all the other debuffs, which is very strong. Additionally, if you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to subscribe for more Starl content from me, and now let's carry on. Another thing I would like to note, of course, is that I do believe Silverwolf is actually more free-to-play friendly than most may think she is, due to how enemies' resistances recently got reduced from 1.0 to 1.1, which results in less effect hit rate being needed in order to make her consistent with inflicting debuffs. And the free-to-play light cone gives her 40% effect hit rate at Superimposed 5, which is amazing and assists in reaching your effect hit rate requirements, which I do go over fully in depth in the video uploaded prior to this one. I also believe Silverwolf is very versatile in what she provides to your account, and can be on a good amount of teams due to how she has smart weakness implantation and only inflicts the weaknesses that the enemy is missing, which overall makes her incredible alongside the debuffs she inflicts onto the enemy, and any player would appreciate to take advantage of this. Kazuha is also incredibly free-to-play friendly due to his own versatility to increase elemental damage of allies, which results in your DPS characters also becoming stronger against enemies, and while effect hit rate does not exist in Genshin Impact, Elemental Mastery does, and that's what you would want in Kazuha to make him quite powerful and useful while buffing up your teammates. Overall though, both of these characters are incredible, and if you are on the fence of pulling Silverwolf, maybe this is your sign to pull her. Both of these characters are so good supportively and may arguably be some of the best supports in both of these games. And of course, let me know down in the comments below how you guys feel about Silverwolf and if you plan to pull her. So far, I've been loving her as what she's able to provide for my teammates, and my favorite Celeron Hunter has definitely met and even exceeded my expectations, which I am a huge fan of. Lastly, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe for more Starl content from me, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.